Good morning. My baby heard me moving around, y'all, and he got up. So now I'm trying to pat him back to sleep because it's early. Good morning, Tara. Y'all hit a like on your way in. Good morning. It's dark, y'all. My whole house is asleep. Um, the baby heard me moving around because I came home from work and got in the tub, and he was like, I hear my mom. How are you guys doing? We're doing good. So I was briefly talking about something that I wasn't done talking about, but my phone was dying, so I had to put on the charger when I first got off of work. So if you guys missed that live, go watch that one. It's the one that I just got off of. But basically, I was talking about how, this situation hits you. Good morning to everybody in the chat. How the situation that I'm going through, it hits you in waves, right? And you take my hair down, y'all. I've been wearing my hair up so much where I'll kind of be feeling like headaches from wearing my hair so much. So anyways, okay. I can feel my hair pulling at my head like I'm gonna get a headache. So anyhow, just I don't know why I feel like the camera is so zoomed in. Or is it just me? Okay, but anyway, like I was saying, I feel like you're gonna realize things as you're healing, right? As you're taking accountability, as you're just moving on from a situation, right? Good morning. And in this situation, I'll kind of recap what I was talking about. I was talking about how, through the duration of my marriage with Misha, we seen her niece grow up, right? So we seen her go from elementary school to junior high to high school to attempt college. Um, no, what? Who? People be saying anything. Anyways, it's Sunday. You shouldn't even be talking like that on a Sunday morning. But basically, how we watched her niece grow up, and she's around the same age as the girl that she basically, cheated on me with and is in a relationship with. And it came to my mind out of nowhere. Like, I never thought of the two, right? Her niece and the girl. That it just, today, this morning, you know, it kind of just hit me. And I was like, whoa. I was like, they're around the same age. They're either 2 to 3 years apart or the same age, but they're very close in age. Like, I would say 2 years, but again, I don't know the exact number, but they're around the same exact age. And it really, like, it just sickens me because, like, you really think you know somebody. Like, you really know. My kids are asleep. My baby's, I'm patting him right here. But you really think you know somebody, right? Um, like, you think you're navigating a life with somebody, right? And you're, you know, building life and watching her nieces and nephews grow up. She's watching my nephews grow up, my kids. Like, are combining your families. And when I thought about it, right, when it came to my mind and I actually processed it, I thought about how, wow, right? Like, again, we watched her niece grow up, and we might not have been around that girl all the time or seen her all the time, but she was around, right? And I don't know, it just has me sick. Like, you just ever think of something and you connect the dots and you look at it from a different perspective, and it just makes you go, It just makes you really think, like, you think you know somebody, but you really don't know them. Like, you really don't know them. You think you do. You think you could say, oh, they would never do this, or they would never do that, or that's just not who, that's just not who they are. You know what I mean? And you really can't vouch for people, not even somebody that you're married for a decade, because I definitely would have said, oh, Misha would never do that. You know? Like somebody around the same age as her own niece. Good morning. I'm back. Yes, welcome back. Um, it's crazy. Like, hit a like, you guys, on your way in. Hello, I wanted to share a friendly comment. You are simply beautiful woman, reading yourself. There's true queen in every sense. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Cliff. You as well. I hope you have a great day as well. Happy Sunday. Good morning to everybody in the chat. Good morning to my mods. Good morning to Key Game, anybody that's a part of my memberships. Good morning. So it's so crazy. You think you know somebody, back to what I was saying. You think you know them. You think you know their character. You think you know them as a person. And really, the whole time, you have no idea who they are and what they're really capable of. Like, you really have no idea. And so, in going through this, I no longer say, oh, I know them. When I catch myself saying, oh, I know them and they wouldn't do that, I try to catch myself and say, I can't say that no more. Because the truth is, we don't know people the way that we think we do, right? It doesn't matter who they are. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. My baby's over here with the pat me. Sorry, y'all. It's so crazy how your babies can really feel you. Like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't make any noise. But I covered him up because my mom's here in the living room. And the kids kind of like had a sleepover in the living room. So when I got here, I took a bath. And when I got out the bath, I went to just make sure everybody was covered up because it's cold. He felt me and he looked up. And say hi. Can you see you?
I see news. I pressed to my grandma.
But close your eyes. It's so early. So, anywho, that's what I was saying. So you just think you know somebody, right? You think that after spending a decade with somebody going through trial, you okay? Bless you. God bless you.
I need my baby.
Okay. You need your what? Oh, you're okay. Here. Close your eyes. Anyways, you think you know somebody, right? And I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. You know, when people make certain decisions in their life or choices regarding relationships or family or friends or careers, and it makes you go, okay. It makes you go, like, what have been your motives the whole time? Like, what has been your thought process? Like, it unfortunately takes you to a place of like you don't know that person as much as you thought that you knew them, as much as you thought you could say you got your blanket, he went to go get his blanket. Oh, this person would never do this person would never do that. Huh? You gotta climb. You got it. So I don't know, it's just I this has just come to me right today. And as I've been thinking about it, well, really yesterday. Yeah. Oh, you want to cover your pillow? It just makes me. You got it? Shh. You want to use that pillow? Right here. Sorry, y'all. Silly Willy. You okay? Okay. Close your eyes. Anyways, I don't know. It just. I feel like it's just been so much. Yeah. You want your cup? Oh, I'm on the video. It just. Right. But you know what? The crazy people always come at the wrong time, honestly. But I'm like, what are y'all doing up at 6 a.m. in the morning talking crazy? They probably haven't been to sleep. So ain't no telling, right? I'm trying to be quiet because everybody is asleep here. I'm not trying to be loud and turn on all these lights and like, disturb everybody's sleep. My baby already woke up. But it's been a lot, right, since October 6th. We're officially a month and a week in. So we are officially 5 weeks into this situation. So much has happened from finding that information out, having my son's birthday, her taking the check, you know. I have not spoken to her in almost 6 weeks, neither have the children, not a peep. From her canceling the insurance on the car, me having to get, you know, new insurance, her the false accusations with the police, the welfare check on the kids, me being at the courthouse for the first 3 weeks straight, almost every other day, trying to file for the divorce, trying to get the, all the paperwork together, like just all of that, like, and then, me coming to the baby's birthday and him not having a party, me coming to Ellen's birthday and her not having a it's just it's so much, right? Like so much has been going on that's been out of my control, and I've just been taking it day by day, and really just the things that are in my control, and controlling those things, but the things that are not, just letting them be what they are going to be. um, but it's been a lot, like so much emotionally, and a lot on my mental and on my heart, and then like going out to try to find work, a night job so I can get us back to where we need to be. Because to get the car fixed, just to get things in order, so much has happened, right? Like, I know you guys are on the other end and you guys watch the videos, you watch the lives, you hear my conversation, but there's so much more to it. It's so much more than me sitting here talking to you guys on a live. Like, it's real life, Like, I know some people understand when I say that, like, this is real life. Okay. Control in life. Don't let no one steal your joy and peace ever. And that's the part where I feel like I'm coming back to a space of peace. Were you able to get a temp on vehicle? No, I wasn't. I'm still short, y'all. Like, it's just, you single mothers, to the single moms out there, right? When you got a big check coming and it pays so much of your bills, and that check is taken from you, and then the money that's coming, you have to pay your past due bills and pay your current bills. The single moms that have been in a position like this, you know. And then when all this happens, to have your car get messed with, and to not have a vehicle, and to be in Ubers on the city bus, to be borrowing your cars, people's cars, getting a ride, like, that it factors into so much of your life, right? And that was the whole thing with Ellen. I'm like, I don't have any money to get you the cat stuff. Like, that is not a priority. Keeping us afloat is a priority. And making sure I can get to work is a priority. Like, those things, getting to my new job is a priority. And so I'm doing the best I can with what I got. You know what I mean? I don't know if one of my mods want to put the cash up in the chat. But I just, honestly, like, I think things are like settling in, and then like the holidays are coming. It's just a weird feeling because so much has happened so quickly, right? And it's been like a ripple effect. Um, I don't know if you're real, Vanessa, but the Cash App is Kennedy Key. But it's been like a ripple effect, back to back to back to back. And all I could do is just do my best in those situations, do my best on the baby's birthday, do my best on Ellen's birthday, and then, figuring out everything moving forward. And, going to child support court, seeing Jet and his baby mama at the child support court. The next day from the child support court that I had was the restraining order court the next day. I had court back to back on the 12th and the 13th. That was all this week. So it's like, do you get, like, what I'm trying to say is that, like, since the situation has happened, something has been going on every single week that I've had to handle, maintain, go through, walk through. Like, there hasn't, In the last almost six, we're approaching 6 weeks here now. The last 6 weeks, it has been something where I really haven't like been able to take that like we're okay. Like I haven't been able to take that. Did the dryer just stop? That was weird. I haven't been able just to take that deep breath and be like, okay, we're back on track. Everything's good. Like I'm figuring it out. I'm doing, we need the car. We need this. Like, you know, it's crazy how one major check can put you in the hole for the next 60 days. And that's just the reality because you're trying to catch up. Now, instead of just paying, your regular bills, I'm trying to catch up, get this in order, get that in order, and still fix a car and pay for it. Like, it's just a lot, period. And I think sometimes because I know that I have to fix it, right? I have to get it done. I have to make it happen. Like, I don't even think about the pressure and the stress and anxiety that comes with it. Like, I don't think about it until I have like the thoughts that I had today. Like, how do you be in a relationship with somebody who's the same age as your niece that we watched grow up in front of our eyes? Like, it's just so, it's sick. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's disgusting. And I get some people don't agree. They feel like age is just a number. But for me, I feel like it's sick. Oh, absolutely. I feel like there's lessons, so many lessons I've learned in this situation. Absolutely. For sure. But I think more importantly, the healing is what is important, right? Healing from it, releasing it, walking through it, sitting in it, because as a single mother, so many times you just can, you know, you leave your pain and your hurt and your healing, you put it to the side because you have to take care of your kids. Ain't nobody paying these bills. Ain't nobody finna pay these bills. Ain't nobody finna buy groceries. Ain't nobody finna make sure there's laundry detergent. Ain't nobody finna do none of that. So instead of you healing, you're in fight or flight, right? And so when you're in that mode, you're just like, let's get it done. Like I had 2 birthdays back to back, y'all. Like Cookie, oh baby, not to be rude, please don't take it that way, but there's so many videos you would have to catch up on to get the recap of what's going on. It's a lot, unfortunately. But how as a single mother to 4 children, right? And then all the responsibilities, all the schoolwork, all the extracurricular activities my kids are in, homework, keeping their grades up, going to work, paying the bills, trying to keep them in church, trying to do all of this with the car being broken down, all of these things like in real life, not just sitting on the internet, being on YouTube and TikTok all day. Not that. I'm actually doing something, clocking in, clocking out, being a present mother, taking care of the household. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday, Kelly. Welcome to the chat. It's like, where is the time for me to be like processing this? And I think I have moments, right? Since it's happened, because we're approaching 6 weeks, I believe, on Monday. So for the last 5 weeks, I've just been in flight. I just like survived. Let's get through Halloween. Let's get through the baby's birthday. Let's get through Ellen's birthday. And then I knew I had to start this, third job over the week. I've only been there 1 week. This, coming Monday, my next shift will be my second week. And that is consuming. I'm sleep deprived, period. When am I going to go to sleep, right? I'm catching naps here, there, right? Because no matter when I come through the door, I have a 3-year-old who needs my attention. He doesn't understand that I'm exhausted. And not he doesn't need to. He's a child. So it's like what I'm trying to convey to my audience, to my supporters, to my family, to my village is that no, I haven't posted a video because social media isn't my source of income. Social media isn't how I provide for my family, you know. So when a single mother has to pick up a night job, yeah, it's only 6 hours a night, you know, Monday through Friday. That's still very time consuming on myself because I got to get off, come home, shower, get them up from school at 6 a.m., get them ready out the door, go to my next job, come home, take a nap, be with the baby, make dinner, take another nap, get them ready for bed so that my uncle, you know, my brother or my mom can be here with them while they sleep. Like that's been my life for the last 5 days on top of court. So on those days when I had court, I didn't sleep because I went from working all night, getting off, getting them to school, being at court on the 12th and the 13th at 8 a.m. From there, going to work, going to Walmart, going to sleep, back to work. And so it's just like, I'm not going to sit around and wait for taxes or wait for what happened, baby? Are you looking for your cup? I have your cup right here. Your cover's right here. You want this one? Okay. You know, because she's a narcissist. And that's what a narcissist does. When you leave a narcissist, somebody that maybe doesn't even know their self, that their behavior and their character traits is a narcissist. Good morning, Melissa. Hey, Key, listening. And why get ready for work. Good morning, love. You know, they don't even know that they're a narcissist. Because my thing, if you truly loved my children, she wouldn't have did none of the things that she did because it all affected the kids. Imagine my next to the baby that's named after her, he didn't even get a birthday party. The one that you love so much, the one that's your son, we had a great time though, and he had a wonderful time trick or treating, and it was blessed. But at the same time, you took his third birthday away from him. Period. You took Ellen's 12th birthday party away from her. And you're telling me, as somebody that has spent 10 years of your life, a whole decade, in raising these children with me, that has zero effect on you? It doesn't bother you? You didn't toss and turn on their birthday? You didn't give a care in the world? Because that's a narcissist. That's a narcissist. And that's what I was telling you guys about the gaslighting and about the mind games, the manipulation with mind effing me in my mind, right? Playing the mind games. This is what somebody does. Like any person that loves the children that they've raised, whether they're biologically theirs or not, there's no way they would allow that to happen. Yes, you're going to be mad at you can be mad at the other parent, mad at yourself. And that's another thing. It's like one of my friends, he told me, he said, it's so funny that Misha's treating you as if you got caught with some girl when it was her. And he was like, she's actually treating you in this situation as if you're the one that got caught up. When she's the one that got caught up, not me. But that's what she does. It's like the reverse psychology. Yeah, you didn't get caught up, but I did, and I'm gonna lie, and I'm gonna gaslight you, and I'm gonna make it so hard. Exactly, the gray rock method is what she needs. And it's like, yeah, it's sickening. Come on, you raise your kids with somebody for a decade to find out that they're in a full-blown relationship with somebody that just graduated high school. Yeah, and that's where I'm at right now. You're so right. I'm in that space, but I'm also still in. It's only been 5 weeks, right? It still feels like yesterday. So I know that that is gonna happen for me, and I know my time is coming where we'll get to leave here. We'll get to upgrade the car. We'll get to start over. Misha won't be in our life ever again, and I get that, and I understand that. But there's so much healing that's involved with that, not just for me, but for the kids, for the baby. Yeah, and I know that she can't take nothing from us this time. But imagine, my granny always told me that the the most precious thing that you hold is time. Is time. I can't get back a decade of me and my kids' life. I can't get back a decade of my children's childhood. And it's heavier than that. It's deeper than my feelings and my healing. This is my children's childhood. This is their memories. This is things that they're gonna look back on. You think my daughter's not gonna look back on her 12th birthday? We'll never forget that. You know. You want a drink? Okay, here you go, Bubba. Okay, close your eyes. You know, and hopefully forgets. Yeah, he. We don't speak of her. We don't bring her up. And I told my children when he says something about her, to not acknowledge it, because one thing for sure, out of sight, out of mind, right? And that's what it is. It's she's out of sight, out of mind, and we want her to become a distant memory. But it's just like, look at, like, even as the parent, the mom guilt of my baby didn't have a third birthday. My daughter didn't have that. Like, Halloween was, it just, when adults make choices that, and they're married or have children or have stepchildren, it affects everybody involved. And it's so unfortunate that Misha was so selfish that she didn't care. Obviously, she didn't give two F's if it ruined a piece of my kid's childhood. She didn't care how the damage and the healing that my kids need to do now that she's gone. Like, she doesn't care, period. Because you're never supposed to be moved off of somebody's words, but their actions. So her actions tell me that, right? Her choices and her actions tell me that she does not care. Hey, Olivia. I know it's hard, but it's gonna be okay. I've been through a narcissist and I'm still healing. It just takes time. Yeah, it takes time. That's why I'm saying right now I'm not healed. I'm not gonna come out here and be like, I'm all put together, you guys. I'm doing so good. No, I'm surviving. Like right now, it's survival for my kids. Like, it's making sure that we get through this rough patch, because all I have to really depend on is me, and all I really got is them. At the end of the day. Thank you for listening while you're getting ready to work, Olivia. So at the end of the day, it's like, and if you're just coming in, I haven't posted. I told you guys I was going to post every day in November, but I started a night job and I worked 6 days this week from 10 to 4 a.m. It's not 8 hours, it's 6 hours, but it's been whooping me because I still got to go to my regular job. So I do apologize to you guys. I hope that you guys can understand. I do have videos, but I haven't had the time nor energy to edit them to put them up. So I do apologize. But I know that I need actual guaranteed money coming in every week to get back on track and to get my car back running. Like, at the end of the day, nobody's going to give me $1,100 for my car. You know what I mean? Like, as a single mother, I have to go and get it. And that's what I did. I went and got me another job so that I can use that money to fix my car. Pure point blank. No excuses. Just go get it done. Go do what you got to do, Key. Because at the end of the day, nobody's coming with a cape to save the day. You have to save the day. You're going to have to sacrifice sleep, sacrifice time. You're going to have to do what you got to do to make it work for you and your kids. And that's what I do. And that's what I'm doing. Straight up. And there's a lot of emotions that are involved with that, right? I feel angry. I feel angry that somebody that says they love you and they love your kids for all of these years, and then could put your children through this right before their birthdays, on their birthday, right before the holidays, is crazy to me. It is. I wouldn't do this to my worst enemy. I wouldn't do this to my worst enemy. Especially if children are involved. I would never. Nor would I wish this on my worst enemy. It's crazy. So, yes, all this morning and all last night at work, I was thinking, the person that I thought I knew, I don't know. I don't know her. The Misha that I knew would never be in a relationship with a little girl who just graduated high school. Around the same age as her niece. The Misha I knew called people like that pedophiles and disgusting. The Misha I knew would never let her son or Ellen go without a birthday party. I don't know who she is anymore. She's a stranger to me. I can't say, oh, Misha would never do that. I don't know her. She's literally a stranger. And it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing to me when I sit back and I look at my situation and I look at my bills and I look at the position that she's put me in. Is crazy. Because she's not in this position. She lives free, period, at her sister's house. She don't got not even half of the bills that I do, nor the responsibility. So for you to take from kids is crazy. It just is. It just is. And these are my personal thoughts. This is my thought process. This is how I personally feel, right? And yeah, I'm going through, therapy. I go to therapy once a week on Zoom with my therapist, trauma therapy. The kids go to counseling at school. It's going to take all of us getting outside help to get through this. This isn't just something small. You know what I mean? Like, it is huge. It is. All of these little, it's like, since this, for the last going on 6 weeks, every week it has been something. It feels like I've literally been at the courthouse every week. If it wasn't to file a document, get help on a document, or to go to court or change a court date, I've literally been at the courthouse every single week for the last 6 weeks. And for the first 3 weeks, I was there multiple times. Like, and still managing everything else in my life. Like, it's a lot. And I feel like single moms are robbed of the joy of being a mother to their kid, because then they have to be the sole provider, the sole protector. They have to be everything. They play so many roles, and then when things like this happen, it's like there's such a setback where I tell my therapist, like, how can I really heal in this moment in time? Like, how can I really heal right now when I have to make sure we don't sink? And I have to make sure me and my kids are floating at the top of the water, that Misha has caused a tsunami in our life. How? Yes, I hear the therapist. I'm working through it. I'm at church. I'm doing what I gotta do, right? I'm not just making excuses or saying I can or it's too hard. But if we're just being really transparent right here from in front of my screen to you guys, all of the things that I just said, realistically, how can a single mother heal right now? Thank you, Chevy. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you for that comment. You know, how? You can't. And I know people don't want to hear that, but right now I just can't. Yes, I can still do the work, right? I can still do the work. I can still pray. I can still make sure I'm in church and I'm hearing the word of God. I can still make sure I'm in therapy. I'm on that Zoom, right? I can still make sure do check-ins with myself. Key, don't carry all this on your shoulders. I can still do all of those things, but if we're just being transparent here, you can't. There'll come a time. There'll come a time where I'll take that big deep breath and I'll be like, okay, we're okay. We're okay. And once I can say we're okay, then the work can truly begin. Right now, I'm just gathering tools on how to navigate my current situation. Same thing if you were in your car and you were going to a place you've never been before, you're going to put in your maps, your Google Maps, good morning, where to take you. And the navigation system is going to tell you how to get there. So right now, all I can do is navigate the current situation that I'm in and gather tools on the way so that when it's time for me to really dig deep, I'll have the tools and I've already navigated to where I need to be. But right now, it's too much. It's too much. And I think sometimes in life, we have to be honest with ourselves, just to be able to say, right now, it's too much. Like right now, I have to get through this situation so I can get to that, so I can get to the healing. Like right now, like right, yeah, life could be very difficult. But it's choices we make that put us in predicaments and situations. And we have to be very mindful of the people we choose to connect with and be in relationships with. So, yes, have I learned a lot? Absolutely. I have learned so much through this situation, for sure. But at the same time, you're telling me to heal while I have all of that on my plate. It sounds good. I can leave it at the feet of Jesus, right? I can give it to my Lord and Savior. And that's how we make it. You're right, Chevy. That's how we make it. But I think giving my burdens and my problems and my fears and my worries is how I'm getting through this. But God. But God. Because a lot of people in my situation would have been folded. I don't have no mommy, no daddy to call on and be like, can you pay my bills this month? And I'll pay you back when I get my taxes. I don't got that. I got to figure it out. And unfortunately, I did have emergency savings and a regular savings where I had money put up. But life happened at the beginning of the year, you know? And my family went through a horrific tragedy. Horrific. And I had to dig into that money. And so now that I'm personally going through my own tragedy, I don't have that money to lean on. So when I say I've learned so much from this situation and navigating finances and helping people and all of that, right? You have to take it all with a grain of salt and learn from it and grow from it and make better choices. I mean, that's all we can do. We're just humans experiencing life here, you know. So, yeah, that Salute. Thank you, Chevy. I think what's bothering me, right? Humans walking by. I think I can manage all of those things. I mean, I'm doing them right now, period. Straight up. Literally. Been at work all night. I'm up. I'm not going to sleep because I'm going to church because I know I need it. I know I need to be at church. I need to be at church this morning so I can get through my week. Straight up. I know I need to be in the house of God. That's how I'm navigating it, right? We all have our own ways of how we navigate our own personal situations. And for me, um, that's how I do it. Get that prayer in. Okay. Yeah, I have to. Absolutely. If I don't, I'll be lost the whole week and I'll be trying to bear the weight of all of this on my own shoulders. And it's literally impossible. You need to have something to lean on, whether it's a person or God. Yeah, you're so true. And I think right now, I just need to be in the right place. And I feel like that's the right place. Sometimes I think God grounds you even when you're just there to get by, where you don't fall all the way off or lose your mind. You know what I mean? So I just, they can't, they're having a hard time serving Misha. Misha hasn't been served. I did all that work, and here we are, 6 weeks later, and she still hasn't been served. So it's a lot, you know? It's a lot. And, but having Jesus or God in your heart, you don't have to go to church. He's right there anywhere you talk to him. That's true. We have the Holy Spirit. You're absolutely right. You know how I always tell you guys, like, half of my life don't even hit the internet. You know, like I share with what I'm comfortable sharing. But one day at a time, amen. You know, my great grandfather, if you're not new to my channel, then you know him. I put him on my channel on Father's Day. He is my hero in real life. I admire him. I love him. He's also my best friend, and he tells me all the time I'm his best friend. Well, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. And a year and a half ago, they had to put him in a home. And so he's in a like retirement home for people with dementia and Alzheimer's. And he's 99 years old. He just stopped driving 2 years ago. He was still driving, y'all, 2 years ago, a car. He is magnificent. Like he's just like amazing, right? Like his memory, his ability to love and just to like be here that long and all of his accomplishments of being in the military. He fought in wars. He has seen all of like all these different presidents. He's seen a black president. Like he's just amazing. I freaking adore him, right? This is my grandmother's father. So my grandma's father, which is my great grandfather, is 99 years old, and we just found out that he has skin cancer. So, and it's in the late stages. And my grandma, who I take care of, is not taking it well. And that's her dad. And she loves him. She doesn't care how old he is, you know. They are very close. And we just got the news last weekend. And my grandma's having a hard time with it. And right now, he has shingles. And so we can't go and visit him. And we go and visit him once a week. Once a week, we go and bring him cookies and food. And we take my baby, Atlas. And he loves Atlas, you guys. he's so happy to see my son every week. It just makes his entire day. And we're all kind of having a hard time right now because there's like an outbreak of chickenpox and shingles at the retirement home. So in the area he's in, he can't have any visitors. And they decided because of his age, and he's very tiny, you guys. He's maybe 90 pounds. He can't. He's not strong enough to go through, the treatment, the chemotherapy. And so we don't know how much longer we have with him. Granted, he is 99 years old and he's lived, I'm getting emotional. He's lived a wonderful life. And like I said, he is my hero. I love him. And my grandma's having a really hard time with it. And, I think we're all kind of, hey, mom, I think we're all kind of preparing ourselves, right, to know that he is not going to be with us, for very much longer. And so when I say like I'm going through so much, it's not just my divorce and Misha and the restraining order in court and child support, finances. It's not just me getting a third job, it's not. There's so, you know, only a piece of my life makes it, to the internet. So, um, yeah. And we love him. He has been like a father figure for me my entire life. And he'll tell you if he was sitting right here next to me that I'm his favorite granddaughter in the whole world. And I'm his favorite. He's my favorite. And he loves my kids. He's just been there, right, my whole life. And he's never missed a beat or a step with me for graduations and promotions. And he's just always been there. And I've been very blessed to have him. And my grandma is very blessed to have her father at 99 years old. And for all the wonderful things he's, you know, been for her in her life all the way up to 70 years old. And they have a beautiful relationship. And even though now when we go to visit him, we have to show him pictures. So every time we go visit him, I show him pictures of the last time we seen him because he doesn't remember. And I show him pictures and videos, and he's hard of hearing, so you kind of got to yell. But I text it in my phone, and he reads it. And once it takes him about 30 to 45 minutes for him to remember us. Once he remembers us, he starts crying. So that's how we know he remembers us. Because before he remembers, he looks lost, like who are we? He enjoys the interaction with the baby, but he still will like look at us like who are we? And then once he remembers, he starts crying. And my name is Keishel, but since I was a baby, he's called me Keish. And so he'll say Keish and he'll just cry and hug us, and then we'll, spend the rest of our visit with us, and he remembers us until we leave. And he always tries to escape the retirement home when we leave. It's so cute. And so just to let you guys in personally, my family is going through that on a personal level. And we've all, kind of prepared ourselves that that this is our last, Thanksgiving and Christmas with my grandfather. So, and my grandma's very sad about it. And she's trying her best to prepare herself because it's inevitable. He's very fragile, and, you know, they kind of caught it too late, the skin cancer. So yeah, we're navigating that. And because I am my grandmother's, care provider, I have to, put my personal feelings aside and in some aspects not be her granddaughter and be her provider, because that's my job, and to help her navigate her feelings, because that's her father. She lost her mom a long time ago to cancer. So I think it's very triggering for my grandma, and she's fragile. She's almost 75 years old, you guys. She's fragile, and every day I have to remind myself like she's fragile, and I know that she is, and she's went through a lot. And we lost my Aunt Sandy, her only sister, 2 years ago. It's kind of unfortunate. Death never comes at the right time. Nothing bad ever comes at the right time, right? Unfortunately, it's just how the cookie crumbles. But my grandma only has one sister, and she passed away 2 years ago when the baby was born. Right after the baby was born, we spent Thanksgiving with her 2 years ago at my grandma's house. This was before my grandfather had, they diagnosed him with dementia and Alzheimer's. And she got to hold my baby, spend a whole Thanksgiving with her great nephew. And 2 days later, she died in her sleep. And that was my grandmother's only sister. And she's been navigating that for the last 2 years because that was her best friend, her rock, her ride or die. Okay, they talked every day, all day on the phone. They loved each other very much. And like I said, my grandmother lost her mother many years ago to cancer, and so I think she's very hurt that now she's gonna lose her dad to cancer, and not just of natural causes of him just being 99. It hurts. You have to lose one parent like that and lose another parent, and I don't know what that feels like, but I definitely have empathy. And so we're doing the best we can. Okay, we are trying to hold it together, but God willing, we'll be able to go see him next week. We couldn't go this week due to the shingles and the chicken pox, and they just said it's too risky for the baby. It's too risky for my grandma because she is almost 75 years old, and she doesn't go a lot of places. She's a homebody, so we have to be careful with her. So life be life, and you know what I mean. Life be life, and well, let's read some of the comments. I'm sorry. He's so precious. I'm so sorry to hear about your grandpa. I love your grandpa. Sending love and prayers. Thank you, Olivia. I'm 18 weeks pregnant. Congratulations. Your grandpa is definitely a special one. Guess what? I'm having a girl just like my grandparents. They were there for everything. Didn't miss not one milestone or special occasion. We lost my grandma in 2019. Family get-togethers just haven't been the same. I'm sorry. I'll tell you, I definitely can sympathize with that. Ever since they put my grandfather in the home, no holiday has been the same since 2 years ago. So for the last 2 years, life has looked, well, we can say 3 years. For the last 3 years, life has looked pretty crazy, pretty weird, it just hasn't been normal, like the normal holidays, like happiness, and it's been death and trauma and heartbreak and all of those things, honestly. Prayers prayers you get to see him next week. Spend as much as time as possible. Grandma's birthday is Christmas Day. Oh, Olivia, I'm sorry, babe. At least you get to see him freely. I get to see my son 24 hours a year. Be grateful. I'm grateful. I definitely am. I definitely am grateful. Um, he is a hero, y'all. Like I want to say 10 years ago, 8 years ago, they flew him out to Washington, D.C. He got to shake the president's hand. They accommodated him. He was like one of the veterans shows from our city, from Fresno, California. He was on the news. He was in the newspaper. He's just a phenomenal man, and he has a military background, and he has taught me so much. And I'm he's my hero. Like when I say this man, you know, he's a veteran, and I honor him in that way, but I honor him in just being the epitome of what a grandfather, father, great grandfather, brother, uncle. He's the best example I've ever seen come from a man. And when I say that this man, all the way up until he was diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's, he still took care of his children. And I think that is the never give your family is what a man is supposed to look like. And I'm just so grateful to have known him, to be his great granddaughter. And I just pray that God allows me to see him next week. And my grandma and all the kids, we're actually all going to go see him because, again, we don't know how much time we have left. So we want to make sure that we spend as much as quality time with him. And he knows, I think the most important thing for me is I want him to know that he is so loved and that I adore him. And if you didn't see our Father's Day video, go check it out because I made my grandpa cry. I bought him a card and he read it and he just cried and held me and I held him. And, you know, what's so special about it is because obviously, if you don't know, I'm biracial. And this is my great grandfather on my white side of my family. I never met my great grandfather on my father's side. And been a, he's helped raise me in all aspects. And, you know, being 99 years old, he comes from a different generation, right? Different type of background and a different upbringing. We'll just say, to say the least, he was raised down south, okay, if you catch my drift. And so it is just a beautiful thing to watch somebody from his generation to be who he is, to be so loving and caring, and to, you know, there's not biracial people in our family. My uncle Jeremy, which is my was the first biracial child to come into the family, and he is a Creole. And then I was the second. And my grandfather adored me. And so we always like to say that I was a part of breaking that generational curse. And so my siblings that followed, and my children were the next, you know, biracial children in the family. And just when you can see love and family evolve is such a beautiful thing. And to knowing that like my existence has something to do with that is so beautiful. And me and my grandfather, just our bond is just amazing. So yeah, that's just to update you guys. I know that's a lot of updates, that's a lot of conversation, that's a lot I just said, but to you guys, I haven't let you guys know what's going on because I've been trying to juggle life, right? I think we all are, right? We have to show ourselves some grace because we're all trying to survive, right? We just went through a crazy election. Life has been lifing, right? So I think we all deserve a little pat on our back for getting the job done, whether you're a single mom, whether you're married, whether you have a wife, whether you're a single father, whether you have no kids, whatever your circumstances, pat yourself on the back because we made it. We made it to Sunday. Praise the Lord. Got me tearing up. Such an honor. He's like my grandpa. They give it all. I'm a part of the same racial wake up in my family too. I love that, Callie. So you understand what I was trying to say because I was trying to be cautious with my words. So I hope that you guys kind of got what I was trying to say. But I broke that generational curse in my family, and my grandfather would always speak of that, and I could feel it, and I felt the love, and it just was so beautiful to know that I was a part of that. So you know, it's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful thing to know that it no longer exists in our family, and that, you know, it's just beautiful. It really is. And to see his relationship with my kids, he loves my kids, and my kids adore him. So God is amazing. And that's something, I think when sometimes it can be hard to be grateful for things, right? Especially when my life looks the way it does right now. That is something that I can be grateful for. And I always tell him, Papa, like, I got the genetics to live to 100 years old because of you. Thank you. You know, the gene, that's such a gene to be able to live that long. Even my grandmother, to have her still here at almost 75 years old, and she's thriving. That lady, she is thriving in life, okay? So, God is good. I have to look at the things that, like, I am blessed, in that aspect, to know a man like him. He is my hero, y'all. I promise y'all. Like, when we go see him, y'all will see him, because I'm definitely going to go live. I have to share. He is my pocket of peace. He is the epitome of soft life. And I was very fortunate that he gave me a piece of soft life as his great granddaughter. And I just think that is phenomenal that, like, he made life a lot easier for me and my siblings and my grandmother raising us. And yeah, he's just amazing. So that is the update, y'all. As you can see, I just adore him. That is the update in Key's life over here at Keeping Up with the Kennedys, and so much more. But that's all the time we have to share today. I'm gonna start putting on my makeup and getting my life together for church, because I know I need to be there. And I will try my best to get the videos out, y'all. Right? More than amazing love. Yes, more than I just, you know, I'm very grateful. He's a pillar in the community and in the military, and he fought wars, and he's just awesome. Just like your grandpa, and you are key. Oh, thank you, Olivia. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, Key. Thank you, Kelly. And I have your kids and grandkids will look at you the same way. Oh, thank you, Olivia. And I believe that. I believe that I will hold that. And I feel like because of me and my grandfather's bond, that's everything I want to be for my kids and grandkids and great grandkids. I want to be that. And I think I'm very fortunate to have such a great example of what that looks like. Um, and so many different stages of his life that I've got to witness, since being a little girl to being a grown 30-year-old woman with 4 children. He's seen me in so many phases. And it's so crazy because when he hugs me or he grabs my hand, it's like I'm still his little grandbaby. And I can tell, like, the way he looks at me, it's just, grandparents are so important. And I know, because of my relationship with me and my grandma, and then the relationship that the baby has with my mom. Your grandparents are such vital people in your life. So today, hug your grandparents, and if you can't, blow a kiss to heaven for them and send them a hug up there. So I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. You have a good role models. Yes, very good role model for sure. My grandma and great grandpa. I'm very blessed in that aspect. So, and you know what? My work ethic. My grandfather always taught me to go get it. You're smart and you can do it, and nothing is stopping you. Hard work is important. Right? So I think a lot of my hard work comes from him. So, yes, spend as much as time as you can. That's why I keep, we're doing Christmas and Thanksgiving at my house this year. And we're doing matching pajamas. And we're going to take, my grandma to go do pictures with Santa. And I was telling my kids, we got to love on extra hard, because we don't know if grandpa's going to be here, and she needs to be loved on harder because she might lose her father, and we want to make sure that she feels the spirit of Christmas and just love, and that we care, and she doesn't feel alone because she already lives alone. So, yeah, hug on your grandparents. And if you can't, send them a hug and kiss to heaven. So I love y'all, and I'm grateful for you guys. I cannot believe y'all was in here at 4 and 5 in the morning. Y'all my ace boon coons. Y'all my day ones. I appreciate you guys for just holding space and listening to me and talking back to me in the comments. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday. A wonderful Sunday. If it's your Sunday reset where you prepare for the following week, or if it's your Sunday fun day with your family, or if you just kick back and relax, enjoy it, have a good time. If you have to go to work today, I'm sorry, but I hope you have a good day at work because I know some of us have to go to work today. So have a good day, and I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for being a part of my community and my family. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.